Hello everyone and welcome to Hybrid Budgets. This is my November week 1 cash stuffing. So I'm just finding somewhere to put my cheat sheet. So yeah, let's get into November. So this week we are stuffing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210 pounds this week. How is everyone doing? I can't believe how dark it's getting, to the point I've got the light on, so apologies, it is shiny, but shadowy. But yeah, I was editing the video of my October catch-up and I was like, you literally can't see anything at the end of that movie, it's so dark. So yeah, all good fun and games. So let's get into it with annuals. We are working on cricket. So we stuffed £25 at the end of October in the shake-up. I say shake-up, the catch-up. It's already fully funded. I have paid this cricket money, so it obviously came out in October and was just absorbed in the money I have over as a carryover for the previous month that's gone into November. So as a result, like, that is paid for, so I need to remove that 75. So I think I'll probably end up putting that into debt, but I'm going to look at that next week. But for this week, we are stuffing 30. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. So currently we have 20, 40, 55 in cricket. And then all the other ones come out in January, so as much as I'm like ahead of the game, they all are going to go to 0 again, unfortunately. And then water bill was the other one we need to stuff. So I stuff these monthly. So water bill's going to get 35. So yeah, the water bill comes out in February. And I think I was slightly under last time, so hence why I used to be stuffing £30 a month, but now I'm stuffing 35. So we might get to it before February, but I'm just going to keep stuffing it just so we're covered. So we now have 50, 100, 120, 130, 140 pound in water bill. In fact, I might just do that instead. Perfect. Birthdays we are working on. My dad's got stuffed, James got done, my niece got done, so working on my brother-in-law now. His birthday's in December. Sister-in-law, brother-in-law, there we go. And he is going to get 10. I never know what to get him, really. But I will ask my sister. £10 for him. And now we are working on Christmas, towards the end of Christmas, which is good. So we had, at the end of the October, I scratched off these two, so I've got £20 stuff into Christmas, and then let's scratch off for next week. That is 10. I'm going to do one more. This always screws me over, but I'm going to do one more. And 15, so that is 25. Oh, week 2. There we go. So that is Christmas sorted, and then I've stuffed 10, 20, haven't I? So 10, 20. This must be a really new Sharpie because it's very sharp. And that is Christmas done. Well, for this week. Has anyone started buying Christmas presents yet? I can't believe it's November and I've not like bought one thing. But luckily we're doing a lot of Secret Santa this year, which is good. So excited about that. Home maintenance is going to get to £20 this week. So in home maintenance at the minute we have 350, 400, and then I've just stuffed the 20, so we've got £435 in home maintenance. So once this is the IKEA one is done, that is going to get transferred to my partner's card to pay off. It's on a 0% balance transfer card at the minute, but we are obviously just want it paid. But I thought I'd keep it into the account until it's up to 500 and then pay that off. In fact, I think he's got an account for his credit card, so I'll just transfer it into there. I'm going to leave this one out just because it's a bit wet. So yeah, 435. I've got to save up £500 and then that gets transferred over to my partner. Holiday. We are working on November. So currently in holiday we have £70. And then let's make these 10 and these 5. And in holiday this week we are stuffing 20. So I can do 2 fireworks or rockets. So that is £90 in holiday at the moment. And so this is like for holiday type expenses. So we're going away in May with some friends, so that'll be for things like eating out on that holiday, any petrol down, etc. Stuff like that. Emergency fund. So this has had an upgrade. So I've wiped off the tracker, but I will start again with the tracker. So currently I've got, the way I do my emergency fund, it is a little bit confusing, and this is where I was getting myself in a tiz with it, because I was like, oh, there's no point, because, you know, I was adding to this every week, but I wasn't showing what the actual value was. So I have 2 forms of emergency fund saving at the minute. I have the Start to Save ISA. This is a 6.5% account I have in Nationwide, and I can only transfer £200 a month into it. So I try and max it out completely, and I max it out with any extra over emergency fund I've had in the past. So where my emergency fund was, it was just sat in Monzo, and it was at 3.75%. So I'd got up to about, I think, £1,000 in that during the year. But what I've been doing is taking out £150 a month from the sort of Monzo pot, transferring it into the Start to Save ISA, and then budgeting an extra £50 each month. So every month I will be stuffing £200 into this Start to Save ISA, which is my emergency fund that's at the 6.5%. And then any extra over emergency fund sits within my Monzo pot, and that's at 3.75%. So that's extra over emergency fund. So when I'm doing the tracker and adding money, I'm going to be obviously doing the tracker. This goes into this pot, and then what I do is at the beginning of the month I will then take out essentially what is the £150 and add in the 50 to go into there, just so it's balanced at any point. So I just thought it would make a bit more sense, because I know I'm shifting it back and forward, but it was getting confusing, because what was in the envelope wasn't what was in my bank account. And the reason I like doing the placeholders is because it's like, oh, I know, I can tangibly see it and do the challenges and stuff. So I was like, I need to get that better. So currently in my account for this month, what do we have? 1,200, 400 and 600. So I will be stuffing an extra £200 for this month, she says, without finding a £200 placeholder. There we go. And that has already come out of the emergency fund, whereas in future I'll take it out of that one. But as I was saying it to you guys, I was suddenly like, I have not done that. So that is what's in. So I've got £1,800 in my Start to Save ISA. So I'll only stuff that once a month. And then weekly I'm going to stuff this extra over emergency fund. So for this week we are going to not roll the dice, we're literally just going to stuff £20. So I'm going to colour this in. There we go. I used to do the dice, but I think I was just getting myself in a tiz in terms of what I was putting where, and you know, changing it in the account. So I am just going to pick what I want to stuff and use the tracker to fill it in. Oh, and then I should have shown what's in it. So currently in extra over emergency fund we have £750, 770, 80, 90, so £805 in extra over emergency fund, which is good. So what's that in total? Ultimately we want our emergency fund to be up to £6,000. So I'm trying to think what that is. So we've got 1,800 plus, what's it, 805? 2,605. There we go. What I've not put in is my new envelope hair. So obviously ranted about it last video, so apologies about that. But in all seriousness, it did remind me I need to start saving for my hair because it is a sinking fund and I only ever get it done once every 6 months. But it catches me out always how much it is. So yes, I need to stuff for hair this month. So I'm going to put £10 in for hair. And I've now realised I've not included this in the money, so I need to get another £10. Health we are skipping over. Odds and evens we are playing. But again, I'm gonna, rather than rolling it to put £5 or £10 in, I'm just gonna roll to decide where it's going for the moment. So let's get the dice. 2, which is emergency fund, which is good. And then I unstuff this at the end of the year. So yeah, excited to see how much it is. It's looking like it's getting to be quite a bit. And so this is just basically £10 a week I budget for this. And then usually I'm either stuffing 5 or stuffing 10. But yeah, this week I'm just gonna be consistent with what I'm putting in. And just stuff the 10. Electronics. I think we're nearly done with the tracker now. Wow, the 2025 one. So electronics is getting £10, but I'll do it in 2 5s. So let's work out what ones we can colour in. We've got 1 star there and 1 star there. There we go. Sorry, it's just my teams. So we have in electronics 250, 320, 30, 5, 45, £245. Right, and last but not least, but while I remind myself, I'm just going to get the extra 10 in here. We have a new challenge. So I need your guys' advice actually on this. So Rainbow with Budgets does an amazing challenge called Stacking Cups. I couldn't get a hold of it, and also I wanted a specific tracker for like my debt and stuff. So I've done my own version, but if you like this vibe at all, 100% go to our site and get the Stacking Cups. I think it's really good and lovely and beautiful. So I've made my own, but I have made a chunk of one. Because I've not only made it for the one debt, I've made it for all 3 I've got. So did it in this, and obviously these binders weren't big enough. So then got these, and these are like a monstrosity, like they just are ridiculous. But actually they do work when the whole thing is like together, because it makes like one big old tracker. But then I thought, actually, if it's all in one pot, do I even need all of it? Like, part of me is like, oh, I've done it now, so I'll keep it all in. But yeah, initially I've only got the one debt I'm going to prioritise. Well, this is where I need your help with. I've got 3 debts. I've got my Virgin Blue, which is my priority one to get paid off because that's the one that's coming up to its interest rate first. I've got £2,000, which is basically represented by this one, which is my mum and dad's debt. And then I've got my MB&A one, which is the largest one, which is £7,000. But after I've paid all these down, and with the like direct debits of £200, it actually only works out to be £5,000 I'll be paying in. So I've done it, so I've got 3, 2, 5. So obviously the way the stacking cups goes is there's like 3,000 here, but I could have easily just done 3, 2, so that's like 5, so 10, and just added a few more thousands on there. So I'm umming and ahhing what to do, but yeah, I don't know my point for this, but I need your guys' advice on it, because ultimately I'm budgeting debt as one and mum and dad extra overpayments as another. So I wanted initially to just have the 2 to keep it really clear of what debt was going where, but ultimately it's all going in one pot. So yeah, I need your guys' advice on whether basically the options are I just have this one, and when I get to that 3,000 I just redo it again to when I get to the 2,000, and then I can just swap it out with the tracker I've got and redo it for the 5,000, or I have one big chunky tracker with everything in, and as and when I allocate stuff I can allocate it to the specific debts. I mean, ultimately as part of the avalanching I should be doing this one first, then this one, and then this one, but I was always going to be trying to overpay my parents because I really want to get theirs paid off by Christmas next year. So yeah, I've sort of made it all, so I'm sort of like tempted just to keep it all in one big chunky one. But yeah, let me know. Anyway, for actually stuffing for this month, we are putting £30 in, so which is good. So I can stuff 3 of these, and this is going towards the Virgin Blue. Oh, just saying, having a moment with this. I like these types of ones. Irish Budgets does ones like this, where you put it individually in each wallet. And part of me is like, oh, it feels a bit daft. And then part of me is like, I do like it. So £30, that is 10, 20, 30. And now the direct debit for this one does come out on the 2nd week, but I am basically going to cross it now. So this one has a £50 direct debit, and then my my MB&A has a £200 direct debit as well. So I'm going to put that on, and then I need to tot it up of saying what's on the card and what's in the pot. In fact, I might do that. Yeah, I'll get that sorted for 2nd week. I've literally only just finished making these, and this is why I'm in like indecision, because in week 2 I'm going to stuff specifically for mum and dad. So I'm wondering if I just actually stuff the money that's mum and dad into this and just get this one paid off quicker. So that all abrupted quite quickly, because I was then debating what to do for another half an hour and I didn't want it on the video. So now I'm just going to show you gifs of people deciding what to do as a buffer for me recording this audio, because I realised I hadn't finished the video and I was meant to post it. Anyway, so I am going to do my week 2 and week 3 cash stuffing and explain what I've done, but it would be good to have your guys' advice. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Bye.